Hey guys, this is just a quick little video on a rolling the strategy using BitTorrent. So a couple of members have got to BitTorrent, and I believe they was trying to see if they can ride it to at least 1 cent. So I'm going to show you something. So at the bottom you have Origin Protocol. So typically what will happen is this: we will take a look at a chart like this, and let's say we were in this region right here. And if I do the math, all right, it'll take around 532% gain from this point. However, let's say for whatever reason you got into the asset, let's say you got in a little just too high, right? Let's say you bought right here and then it's had this massive downtrend. All right. So you're down pretty much. Let's see what's the percentage that you're down. So if you got it up here, and let's say price. So then okay, good. So you're around 80%. Right. You're down 80% if it dropped all the way down to this region. All right. I'll put a line here so you can see. All right. So you're down 80%, and you're like, man, I'm taking a big L. All right. So what you can do is you can wait it out. But the problem is this: as your money recovers back to this zone, okay, you're not making this. Right? So you see how it's going back to your zone? You're not making 419% on your money. You're just recovering this 80%. So it's weird when price drops. It's different than when price actually goes bullish, if that makes sense. So, for instance, why when we drop 80%, why when we return to the same level, it's not an 80% gain? So you get what I'm saying? It's a 419% gain going positive. Okay. So you see we got a 419% gain, but from we bought from this area and price dropped down, we lost 80%. So this is where the rolling strategy really comes in. It's very effective. So let's just use $100. All right, use $100 to get in. Price drops down 80%. So now your $100 is worth $20, right? So you say to yourself, you know what? Let me use the rolling strategy, okay? So what you can do is you can sell off for the rest of the $80. It's a loss, but you can take your $20 and you can roll it into something like Origin Protocol, which now, let's see, all right, when we had saw that a double bottom had occurred, all right, we were ready to get in, and before it had its pullback, we had a 233% gain. So your $20 times, what is it, 200? What was it again? 233% gain. All right, so you've gained you 46. All right, you took it up to $46.60. So you see how you're recovering, right? Now this one it continued to drop. I think this one had a split, so it went down even further, right? But this one is gaining. Now here's the key. Remember, from this price level all the way back up to here, you're talking about a 532% gain on your money. Okay. But look at this. If you take this one just to this level, it's 557%. So let's do this. You do your work. $20 times 557%, which is basically 5.57. All right. Boom. All right. Now you're in profit now because you got $111.40, which you originally started with $100, but you see how you're recovering. And guess what, guys? When you're recovering, you're not at your all-time high. This is coming back to your all-time high. So you're expected to get here. If you leave your $100 in fact, when it gets back to your all-time high, you're talking about, let's see, about right here, where you're talking about as soon as it crosses your original, you'd be up like $123. $123. All right. Here, you're already up 111, and we ain't even went to its all-time high yet. So let's keep it going. Now, look what happens. You take your $20. Remember, that's what you rolled. All right. 20 times 1,120. 1,120%. This is 11.2. All right. So now you're up $224. Okay. So you grew your $20 to $224. So I would just use those extreme low numbers, just to make it simple. Of course, if you roll thousands in, so let me see something. All right, so you see that that's why we use the rolling strategy. So now I'm going to use the rolling strategy based off of. So I did that based off of somebody else in BitTorrent. I'm going to do it based off of the CKB situation when I was in CKB, and I decided that I wanted to roll, okay, into something else, which was Origin Protocol. So we're gonna do CKB. We already got Origin up at the bottom. You can see CKB at the top. Okay, so where did I get out? I gotta look at mine and see what exactly I got out of CKB. Let me look at my phone. Hold on, right quick. Bear with me. All right, so I got out of January 8th. That's when I got out of CKB. So about in this region right here, I got CKB. All right, so let's just put a box right in this area. All right, I got a CKB here, right? All right, so figured market was going to drop back down. All right, so I waited. So I took all the earnings out of CKB. Okay, now luckily I was already up on CKB because I've got CKB back here, guys. I got it in like 002. So I'm already up. So in fact, I was up. I was still up 575%. Okay, so I wasn't really tripping. All right, for the most part. Now I did scale in, meaning I was adding on all these drops, so it did bring my average a little bit down, but I got a bulk of it back here. So all right, so I had well over a million something CKBs. All right, so we sold. Okay, I held on to all the money, and I wanted to wait for Origin Protocol to drop. Right, so if I would have kept this in, all right, back in this region right here, okay, it's 89%, 95% just to get to this level, and then to get to the high, it would have been 143%. It's like, yo, that doesn't make sense. It's like, why? All right. So I was like, the money that I was going to use, I was like, it could be used elsewhere. I could do a lot of good with, right? So what did I do? All right. I rolled, and when I saw a double bottom pattern shaping up down here at the bottom, okay, I saw a trading opportunity, and I was like, yeah. So that's why you saw me send out the signals like, yo, this pattern is flashing. Let's get in, all right? So we get in by right here, all right? So all that money that I had at CKB, remember, up here at the top on CKB, that's just to get back to its break even high. That's 143%. I made 165% and I cashed out. And of course, it went further up And I was kicking myself like, man, I should have stayed in a little longer, but that's fine. I made 167%. So that's why I told you guys I could have went back and I can go back and buy the whole entire CKB position all over again, right? And then still have over 60, 50 something percent left to do whatever, right? So boom, it hit. All right, I sold, I got out. Then I was like, I'm not gonna chase because Origin Protocol just started going crazy, right? And some of us in the group was kicking ourselves like, man, dang, like we're missing out. So y'all know what happened next. What happened, right? I found Quantstamp, right? And Quantstamp was printing the same pattern, all right? The same pattern at the bottom for a double bottom. And it hadn't ran yet. So I was like, yo, I'm gonna what? I'm gonna roll. All right. I rolled the what? I rolled the money from Origin Protocol into Quantstamp. And then what happened? All right, we got in about right in here. Then we ran up here about 116%. Okay. Targets hit and all. All right. So that money again, boom, made that, right? What you think happened next? We got out. I just took a little bit off the table. So I kept a lot of the Quantstamp. This is because I love the price level and I love where it can go. Right. In fact, this is the wrong chart. It shouldn't really be Coinbase. We should be looking at Binance. See that? Better data. See that the data over there was on Coinbase because it was new to Coinbase, but it's been around for a minute on Binance. So here at the bottom, if you look back, okay, let me crush this down some more so you can see. Look up here, guys. This is where Quantstamp could head to, 88 cents. So I said to myself, man, like since I've been rolling and I got a lot of big, huge position in this now, I was like, yeah, this is where it's at, right? Like I literally could have got over a million quant stamps. Do the math, guys. The high of it was 88 cents. I mean, we ain't gotta do the math. That's $880,000 if I would have tried to roll everything in and just go ahead and get everything and plus some. But I spread it to wealth, right? All right, so I got a lot of quant stamp. I left it alone, but I had some residuals left over from some profits. All right. So what did I do next? I rolled it into what? Hacking. Okay. So hacking. Take all this off. Look at the same pattern is basically printing, guys. So when I saw that, and this is going to help so many of you, when the market really starts to trend, it's going to be ones that are going to move before the other, and then we can take that to advantage. Then you can start using leverage on Qcoin and start trading the futures or whatnot. Yeah, we will probably have to do another little like short little mini class for some people who don't understand how to trade the futures over there. But it's really easy if you've traded in any other spot markets before, right? If not, we can go over that. But here we go, same thing, double bottom, move up. What happened? Roll the money in. And then this one grew about 64%. And what's crazy about this one is it hadn't had a second leg up yet, guys. And I am actually have some funds sitting over to go back in actually on this because this it got a second wave it has to hit. All right. So yeah, because you see the other ones they printed a second, but this one hasn't yet. So this one a little bit delayed, which is cool. All right. Now, made 60 something percent on that one. I use a less capital. I just used enough just to have a nice little decent income for the week. Uh, I made a little over what was it, 900 and something odd dollars. So we just pulled that out for the week, some weekly income, and then we left the rest over there to be able to buy on this pullback, which that's what we're currently in. And I think we're going to get another leg up possibly. If we don't, once again, it's fine because I don't mind owning something, an asset that I would rather have for the long term anyway. So if it didn't turn out, but clearly you see what we're doing. All right. And the same thing with Stormx. Right. We had nice movement. All right. So I rolled part of this the CKB went into Stormx as well too. Now here's the kicker with Stormx. I got caught in this area the first time. All right. So when I took some of the CKB back in earlier January, around January 10th, I thought this was a great deal. I thought it was going to move up. But what happened? Price dumped. So I was stuck. All right. I was stuck in the trade. Now I could have cut my losses. All right. But I was stuck in the trade. And since I was stuck in the trade, I was like, let me just hold on to it because Stormx is something that I love. But then we get this nice little rally. And what happens? When I got in this area, all right, we're up 48%. So what did I do? On this spike up right here, this spike up right here, I took profit. Then what happened? Price crashed back down. What did I do? I entered back in. What happened? I'm supposed to be taking profit today, but remember I told you in the other chat, Voyager is taking forever to unleash my money to Qcoin. And as I'm doing this video right now, I'm hoping that it comes to Qcoin because if it does, I'm gonna where it's at right now. This is pretty good. I would now make another. Where was this? I got in about right here again, second one. So we're up about 35%. Yo, I'll take that. Because what this is going to do is it's going to bring in another $2,000 for the week. So total for the grand, total this week through doing these rolling strategies, I'm bringing in $5,000 worth of income. And I'm not talking about the principal. I had that still is there. So I'm just taking profit off the table. And then when price pulls back, we go back in, right? So I'm using trading principles, and it's the same thing. The technical analysis that I teach y'all in the technical analysis session. It's the same thing I'm using. Okay, so matter of fact, let's go ahead and let's look at just Stormx so I can show you what it actually did. And when you see it, you're like, oh, okay, that makes sense. All right, so check this out. All right, so price broke below here. This was an area of support. All right, it broke, pierced back. Oh, another thing too. When you think of levels of support, think of regions, not just a defined area, just like this level right here. Right, it's more like a region. So a lot of times we like to sometimes draw a box. All right, just a box, just like that. All right. So this is a zone. All right. So this area was violated, came back, and then we pushed lower. We tried to fight to get up here. We didn't quite make it. All right. And then we finally come through and we breached this. Okay. Now, what are we looking for now? When you look left, all right, we hit this area. All right. We hit this area. We got out of the trade. But where's the next entry point if we want to get back in? When price comes back into the what? This supply zone. All right, supply and demand zone. Yeah. So I'm gonna show you where supply and demand zones looks like. Okay. All right. So you see right here. All right. So just remember, supply zone above, demand zone below. All right. And so when we look back at this chart, all right, remember, supply above, demand below. What happened? Price came back to the demand zone. This is our loading area. This is where we got back into the trade to take it up. Okay. Um, So that gave me my second opportunity. And like I said, I'm waiting on Voyager really to get my stuff over there. It'll be fine. Voyager is the only one you really have to worry about if you like sending certain things. That could be the issue, but all the other exchanges and stuff, they move pretty fast. But that one just happened to be, uh, I don't, yeah, it's an ERC20 token, so it's a little expensive to try to move, and it's probably slow with congestion, and two because it was probably is being staked on uh, Voyager getting a little interest payment. It's a possibility that it had to go through a little bit more red tape, okay, for that to happen, for the transfer to go through. I mean, so, bear with me. All right, so yeah, guys. Yep. So I was able to make a decent income for this week, and I don't day trade like that. I mean, some of I do forex and stuff, but I don't try to go too heavier into the forex. Um, I try to keep it simple with that, making modest gains, throughout the weeks or whatever. But I don't go too super heavy. But I do heavy. I go heavy in my swing trading, and this is what I consider swing trading. All right, and once you guys start building enough capital up, this is what you can start doing, and it's a little safer, is because it's assets that you want to own. You know what I'm saying? So imagine you was doing this for Disney or something you really want to own, and you did it, and you're able to get in and out. Um, and two, when you're using bigger capital, like sometimes these assets only move like 5%, but 5% for me would be like $3,200 that you made on your asset because it moved 5%, something like that. So it's a goal to get to. And I know this year, 2022, I wanted to make it my goal to actually trade in bear market conditions in crypto. In the past, I was just really, truly, truly just let it hold, sit there, and I don't do anything. But I've realized that there were so many opportunities to actually make money. Okay, even let's go back and look at Bitcoin, just about the years or whatever, and you will notice that there's plenty of opportunities. Like for instance, I mean, look at these drops. All right, look at these drops in growth. These are opportunities. These are opportunities. All right, you got a 55% drop there, man. Sorry. All right, and then watch this. Let's take the same thing. Look at that. So look, it's the same length, but you gain 123% over here while you're losing 55%. So you get what I'm saying? Your growth is always going to be more than what the original drop was. So it's better, all right. Somebody see, okay, we're about to come back into this loading zone up here. Let me get out of this, all right, and then it gets down here. Let me buy back, and boom, you would have made more money than the person who just probably bought right here and just want to wait for it to come back. Now, this person that bought right here, they're still straight. They're all right, right? They still was, if you bought right here, it eventually came up, teased you a little bit, pulled back, and then here, yeah, you're in profit. But of course, if you held again, now you're yo-yoing now, right? So a lot of times, if you see the pattern of the yo-yo, and you're like, hey, let me just ride the wave. Let me, or some people like to put in fresh capital. You don't have to roll. So when you roll, you're basically taking either a L or something else, which could help you with taxes. You take an L, and then you could recover, your money on the other side. So, but yeah, that's basically what the rolling strategy is, guys, and really using forex principles. Because remember, in forex, you're trading currencies against each other. So even on this chart right now, it's the Bitcoin and US dollar. So what it means is the Bitcoin is representing the green candles, and US dollar is the red. So when this drop is happening, what does that mean? It just means the US dollar is strong. That's it. And when it's green, it means the Bitcoin is strong. But guess what? On this drop right here, somebody's making money who betted on that the dollar would be stronger, and vice versa. So stop looking at the chart as, oh, like things are bad. No, if you think something is bad, then it's somebody else out there that's thinking it's good. So why not learn how to play both sides? So that's why I don't really care if the market's really drops, because there's certain ways that you can play it to be like, hey, I can take advantage of this in my favor. And then that's ultimately what we're doing is just hedging. That's all it is. It's called hedging, right? So the big players in the market, especially in the options world, they use a lot of sophisticated straight trading strategies where they're basically hedging everything, meaning that they're long and short at the same time. So they're making money in both situations. But they also have a lot of capital to take a lot of to give them a lot of breathing room, so they don't mind being wrong on one side while one side is right, and then they adjust the risk according to how the market move. So yep. So as you look at this chart and you see all the stair stepping coming up, why all the stair stepping? All that means is that big boys are coming in and they're taking profits, they're buying, taking profits, buying, taking profits, buying. All right, taking profits, buying, taking profits, buying, taking profits, buying. Yep, buying, taking profits, buying, taking profits, buying, taking profits, and we could just keep doing this all day long. And when you start to understand this, you're like, yeah, it's go time. All right. So, hope the video helps give a little bit of clarity. Like I said, we do more of these, whatever. And I always ask questions. And also, we created the other group, the new members, for you guys to, ask questions. A lot of people just really not asking questions. Like, don't be afraid, guys. All right. So, all right. Y'all have a great one. You have a good night. Hope this video helps. Peace out. Um, If you're new to this video, hit the like button, subscribe. I think I am going to have this on a major YouTube channel, so this won't be the private link. So if you guys are new to this video, this is something I did for the members, but you had an opportunity to see some of the things that we were talking about. And if you want, go ahead, join to become a member. We did open up a little bit more for some people to get in. And also check out our Fear Greed Index. All right, we're at 48. So it's right now a little neutral, but technically what we want to do when we Fear Greed Index is that we like to buy when the meter is over here. And that is what we did last week, guys. It was in this area, and then the week before it was in this area. And as we've seen on the chart, a lot of our assets have done what? Gone up. What? Over what? Over 100%, some of them 200%. Okay? So guess what? When it gets over here, all right, we want to be looking for selling opportunities, because this is where the greed, and this is where all the people like you know, your taxi drivers, your Uber drivers, maybe your barber, uh, you get what I'm saying. The average person who's not even really into the markets, all of a sudden they're saying, "Hey, I think you need to look at sheep. You need to buy this and you need to buy that." Those are dangerous signs for us to be looking for some selling opportunities for the most part. All right, so get in the habit of learning how to scale out of your positions. There are strategies in the members areas for that. Also, check out some of these articles that I've written, in particular the one on tokenization of real estate. All right, so it's a real good article, The Disruption of Real Estate Tokenization. I wrote it back in July 2021, but it's a pretty good article, and I give links to uh, companies who do specialize in tokenizing real estate, which is a huge thing that a lot of people don't know about. But other than that, we will be adding more things to the members area. We're going to be creating a vault, and so within the vault, it's going to be a lot of other resources and sites that I've been able to use throughout the years to help with my technical analysis in other trading aspects as well too. So all those will be there, easily accessible. So you'll be able to increase your knowledge with some of the other leaders in the industry as well. So I'll do all the work to basically compile it and put it in one section for you. Um, the books are still there that we have. So make sure y'all pick out some of those books, download them, be able to read the PDF. All right. Sorry to keep y'all that long, but y'all have a great night. All right. Peace.